All right. So,
I think you told me that so the class should be in 8 o'clock, right? On yesterday.
yes, that was after 1 week, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I said like after 1 week because I said this. I'm saying this prayer only because if
Yeah,
you
I
think that
think I misunderstand like up to 1 week, 8 o'clock.
no, it's not like up to 1 week we will, we will have this 9 to 10 timing. Maybe after 1 week, this timing will be shifted to 1 hour early. We will have from class from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. IST. Okay,
Oh,
after one
yeah.
week. Okay, I can see many new students today. Hi, first let me introduce myself. I'm Divya. I have about 7+ years of experience into data analytics. I'm working as a senior data analyst in one of the MNCs in Hyderabad. I completed my master's in data science and I have experience of about 4+ years into online training in data analytics. I have experience in teaching the subjects like SQL, Power BI, Python, Tableau, statistics, and machine learning. So yeah, this is about me. For now, with DurgaSoft, I'm teaching SQL and Tableau classes. Yesterday, I just given a small introduction to Tableau. I just shown you. I mean, I just some students. I have two students, I guess. Yesterday, they attended the session. I only gave a small introduction about what is Tableau. Basically, Tableau is, that is a visualization tool. By using Tableau, we will create graphs, right? So, Sweta, I hope the same Sweta. You are my old student, right, Sweta?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, Divya.
Hi, Sweta. Hi. So, I guess Monica and Naveen, they attended yesterday's class, right?
Yeah.
Monica, did you?
Divya,
Hmm?
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
when you will
Yesterday I
be
attended.
Sweta, what was your question?
when you will be starting the next batch, Divya? If I just miss this batch after 40 days, you
After
said,
40
right?
days. Yes, yes. After 40 to 45 days, I will start. Okay.
Okay. And
Uh,
it was mentioned that in the mail that you will be also sharing the soft copy material, right?
yes, yes, of course.
Of your notes or
My
um,
notes. As how I uploaded all the files in SQL. Basically, Sweta is my SQL student. So as how I uploaded all the files of SQL in Tableau also, I will show you the course content which I am going to cover in this course. Topic wise, once I done with the concept, once I done with the topic, I will upload all the files. Okay, all the files in that same in the same link as you can as how we are getting in SQL. In the same way, I will upload all the notes of Tableau also, and daily wise class recordings also. You can get that access of that videos for 6 months, starting from the day when you register with the DurgaSoft. Okay,
okay. Thank you, Divya.
yeah. So Monica, I think you attended yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hi. So I guess only Veera Babu is new today's class, correct?
Yes, yes, Divya.
Hi, hi. I just given a small introduction of Tableau. I didn't explain anything more. I just explained about the Tableau products yesterday. I just explained, what is Tableau is basically a visualization tool, right? I just given small example of Swiggy or a small example of real-time example, how we will basically use Tableau or data analytics in the real time. And I explained about the Tableau products. We have 5 different Tableau products. I explained about them. Going forward also I will repeat it, don't worry. Nothing you missed. Today only I will start showing the user interface of Tableau and how we will create the Tableau reports and everything. From today only we will going to learn. Okay. And before that, please let me know, are you from IT background or non-IT background, Veerababu?
Yeah, I'm from non-IT background, but I
Okay, so
learned Python language.
okay, great. So do you have any knowledge on SQL, SQL?
Yes, yes, you have.
Great, great. That is fine. The prerequisites to learn Tableau, I can say that is SQL. If you
Okay,
have some knowledge, that is well and good. If not, also I will explain some basics of SQL along with this Tableau course. That is, we will cover SQL Server basic concepts here also. Okay.
okay, okay.
All right. So let's continue today's class. Yesterday, I just given you a small introduction about what is Tableau, and I shown you Just give me a second. I quickly. One second. Just give me 1 second. See, basically Tableau is a visualization tools. Instead of understanding the hardcore data, textual data, by using Tableau, we can really understand the data very easily in real time as we deal with big data. Instead of understanding the data manually, maybe from another resources, by using Tableau we will create graphs, and by using graphs we can analyze the data very easily. This is what yesterday I explained. If you can see, this is a screenshot of Excel file. I have many student details here. I have 3 columns: employee name, employee number, and salary. We can still understand this data, but to analyze this data it will take some time, and we need to apply a lot of filters to understand this data. Instead of understanding this data like this, I created in the same table. Please mute yourself, no? Yeah, thank you. So instead of using like this, if for the same data I created a graph. This is basically the screenshot of Tableau bar chart. Okay, going forward we will learn each and every charts over there, all the concepts over there. But with the same data I created this chart to analyzing for analyzing purpose. Instead of seeing this data, if we can see this graph, we can analyze very easily, because in bar graph the high here I have employee names towards the left side, I have salary towards the right side, and I have bars here. Each bar is indicating the salary of each employee. Highest bar in the sense highest salary, lowest bar in the sense lowest salary, like that. I mean small bar in the sense lowest salary. So if you know that point, you can analyze the things very easily and very quickly here, right? This is the importance of visualizations, or this is the importance of Tableau. If we have big data also, by creating the Tableau we can analyze the data very easily. Okay, and we have features of Tableau. Yesterday also I didn't explain about these features. Going forward I will cover. And yesterday I explained about the Tableau products. We have 5 different, not 5, 6 different Tableau products. Tableau desktop is one product where we will create all the Tableau graphs. I mean, we will being a Tableau developers or data analysts, we will work on Tableau desktop only. Along with the Tableau desktops, we have 5 different products. 5 different products. One is first one is Tableau Reader. That is of no use. Tableau Reader, what is that? In the sense, whenever we save any of the Tableau files in the Tableau Reader, like any of the Tableau reports, Tableau dashboards, everyone can access that files easily. Something like if we save any file in our laptop, we can open that file and we can access that file very easily, right? In the same way, whatever files, Tableau files are uploaded in the Tableau Reader, anyone and everyone can use the files easily, even without internet. Okay. Next, we have Tableau Public, Tableau Server, Tableau Online, and Tableau Prep. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll quickly explain about each of this, and let's start today's class. If it is okay for you, Naveen and Monica, let me just repeat them quickly in 5 minutes. Okay. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah, you can continue.
Yeah, thank you. So we have another products like Tableau Prep, Tableau Public here. Tableau Public is nothing but it is also a version, a kind of Tableau desktop also. Basically, all the journalists or bloggers, if they want to post any Tableau dashboards or Tableau graphs online, they will use Tableau Public. We being the, not developers, I can say, we whenever we are learning Tableau, if we want to work, we can work Tableau Public because it is freely available. Tableau Public is freely available, whereas Tableau Desktop, to install the Tableau Desktop, it is freely. We have only 14 days free trial. Once we are done with that 14 days, what we can do, I will explain you going forward. But you know, generally in Tableau Public, without any such rules, we can access it freely to for the just for the learning purpose only. By using Tableau Public also, we can learn all the Tableau. We can create the graphs, but there are some limitations. Okay, we can connect to Excel files easily, but not all the databases. Let's see this going forward detailing. And in the same way, we have Tableau Server, Tableau Online, and Tableau Prep. Tableau Server in the sense that is something like, Tableau administrators or Tableau admins will use Tableau Server. For every role, we will have developers and administrators, right? For Tableau also, we have Tableau developers and Tableau administrators. Tableau administrators will use this Tableau Server. Okay, in the Tableau server, what all they can do in the sense, they can make many settings, many admin settings. They can give permissions to the users. Okay, if we are sharing any Tableau file, just like whenever we share any photos or any files from Google Drive, we can give the permissions there, right? Like edit, view only, like that. In the Tableau server also, whenever we are sharing any Tableau files to any of our colleagues, maybe like that, from Tableau server we can give the permissions. We will have this separate concept. At that time we will learn very practically. Okay, so how we will give that permissions, and what are all we can do from the Tableau server. I have, in this course, not only Tableau desktop, I will teach you Tableau server also. We will have almost 3 to 4 classes on Tableau server. I will teach you everything very practically over there. What are all the settings we can do, and how we will give that permissions to the users. And even by using Tableau server, we can track the usage of Tableau desktop. Like if any user is using Tableau desktop, how much time did he use, what changes did he made, all that we can even track the usage. We will see how we will track that. Along with all these things, there is one important concept called as schedules. We can even create some schedules by using Tableau server. What is schedules, how we will create schedules, everything we will learn practically whenever we are learning about Tableau server. That means if you finish this course, not only Tableau desktop, you will get some idea, almost 40% or 50% of the work what Tableau admin people will do. You will get that idea. Whenever if you add that into your resume, it will be an added advantage for you. Okay, and we have another product called as Tableau Online. This is nothing but, for every Tableau developers or data analysts, we should have our own Tableau online accounts, something like Gmail accounts, or how we will have our own accounts. And something like in every company we will have our own accounts, right? In the same way, for Tableau developers separately, we will have our own Tableau online accounts. So how to create that online accounts also we will see practically by logging into this account only, by using Tableau online only. We will share all our Tableau reports, whatever Tableau graphs, Tableau reports, Tableau dashboards we will create in our daily basis in the real time. All those reports, if we want to share to your manager or your client or any of your team member, you will log into your Tableau online account and you will share that files to them. Okay, so how we will create Tableau online account, how we will share that files, we will see practically. Again, to share, for sharing that files, we will give some basically in from Tableau server, we will give some permissions, I can say. Everything we will see practically in that particular classes. Okay, I will show you about creating and using Tableau online also. Okay, next we have very important product called as Tableau Prep. Tableau Prep is an ETL product. ETL is nothing but extraction, transformation, and loading. We have many ETL tools in the market. You know, in Tableau, if we are working as a Tableau developer, mostly we will use our own product of ETL, that is Tableau Prep. By using Tableau Prep, we can basically perform some cleaning steps, I can say, if we want to clean our data. And what is this extraction, transformation, and loading? How we will extract the data by using Tableau Prep, how we will perform some cleaning steps, before connecting the data to the Tableau. However, how we will connect that data to the Tableau Prep, how we will clean the data. After that, how we will, you know, we will get some files, and that files only we will connect to Tableau desktop and we will start analyzing. So Tableau Prep also I will cover in our course. Almost we will have 3 to 4 classes in Tableau, maybe on Tableau Prep. Okay, I will show you the installation process of Tableau Prep at that time, and I will explain all the steps which we are which we will do by using this product. Okay, so at the end of the course you can able to learn not only Tableau desktop. We being the Tableau developers, we will work on Tableau desktop only to create graphs and reports, everything. So not only Tableau desktop, you will learn Tableau server, Tableau online and Tableau prep. Okay, this is about the Tableau products. This many Tableau products available in Tableau. Am I clear? Veera Babu, this is what I
Yeah,
explained
yeah.
in yesterday's class. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome. Now, thank you guys for listening all these things again. Let's quickly open Tableau and let's see the user interface of Tableau, and let's try to understand how we will create our first Tableau graph. Okay, this is my Tableau. Once you get registered with us, I will show you the installation process of Tableau desktop, and I will also show you the installation process of SQL Server, how we will work with the SQL. I will explain you the basics of SQL. If you know, in every batch, if there is anyone, at least one, if they if they are completely new, I will start explaining all the SQL concepts from scratch. Okay, I will finish all the basics of the SQL, and after that we will learn how we will connect SQL also to the Tableau and how we will create all the reports. Okay, so I will show you the installation process of SQL Server and Tableau once you get registered. Okay, for now let me show you the Tableau desktop and let's start creating our first graph. So immediately once I open my application, we can able to see like this. Now whatever you are seeing in my screen, we can able to see like this. If you can see towards the left side, before explaining this, let me explain you one more point here. See, basically, see, in Tableau, what we will do, we will create visualizations, we will create graphs. Okay, so to create any graphs or to create any visualizations, we need data first of all. Correct? We will work on data. On that data only, we will create graphs. Correct? So that data can be in any format. It can be in Excel format. Okay, it can be in PDF file. It can be in any text file. It can be in any of the database. Generally in real time, according to the company, some companies will use some database, some companies will use some database. So it can be any database. Okay, it can be Excel file, PDF file, text file. The formats of the data can be anything. Okay, we need data first of all to create the Tableau reports or Tableau graphs, to create any visualizations, and we have many data formats. The data format can be anything. Okay, now what's happening, let's try to understand. So we have many data formats. However, the data, however, you know, basically in real time, maybe we will join in any company according, and we will work for any client, right? According to our client's database, we will use that database, maybe SQL Server, maybe MySQL, like that. Okay, that database we will connect and we will start working on Tableau. Okay, sometimes if needed, our clients, if they want to send any data, even they will, sometimes they will send in Excel files, sometimes they will send in text files also. So we need to understand how to work on Excel file, how to work on text file, and how to work on the databases. I mean, just the connection will be different. Once we connect it to the data, the process will be same. So we have many data formats available in Tableau. Okay, so as I said, we want data first of all, and by using that data only, we will create the tables. Okay, so now suppose this is my database. Okay, suppose this is my database. Here I am having my data, and suppose this is my Tableau desktop. Okay, where I will create all my Tableau graphs. Okay, this is my Tableau desktop and this is my database. Okay, so basically we are working on data. We need to connect the data to the Tableau desktop, when then only we can start working on it, right? Correct? So here is my database and here is my Tableau desktop. So definitely there should be something in between which helps me to connect the data, correct? If I connect my data only, I can start creating my Tableau graphs. So there should be something in between which helps me to connect my data towards the Tableau desktop, right? That is called as Tableau connection here. We have something called as Tableau connection. This Tableau connection only helps us to connect our data to the Tableau desktop. Am I clear at this point?
Yes.
So basically this Tableau connections, we have two types of Tableau connections. One is live connection and another one is extract connection. I repeat, I will write here. One is live connection and the another one is extract connection. Okay, so basically what is live connection, what is extract connection, we will learn going forward. Okay, so we have a separate concept called as Tableau connections. When we are learning that concept, we will see exactly what is Tableau connection, what is live connection, what is extract connection, in which scenarios we will use which connection. We will discuss everything later in that particular class. For now, just try to understand there should be something in between to connect the, which helps us to connect the data to the Tableau desktop. That is called as Tableau connection. And the data can be in any format. It can be in Excel file, it can be in any format, it can be in database. So remember these 2 points for now. Okay, I hope I'm clear.
Yes, Divya.
Great. So I'm opening my Tableau. Here, as I said, the data can be in any format, right? So towards the left side, you can see something called as connect. We have many formats of data available in this, right? You can see here, I have Microsoft Excel, text file, JSON file. As I said, we have the data can be in any format, right? By using this only, we will connect. We have all the files here. We have something called as 2A server. You can see all the databases here. If I click on more, you can see the list of databases available in Tableau here. This many databases are available in Tableau. We don't use all the databases according to our company. We will use the database. Mostly we will work on either SQL Server or MySQL. Okay, but I'm showing this many databases are available in the Tableau. Okay, so these are all the files like Excel file. Sometimes whenever, if we work on the database also, if our client wants to add some new data, they will send us mostly by using Excel files or text files. Okay, so according to that data, we will connect from here. Okay, so this is called as connect panel. Okay, and in between you can see some graphs here. This is basically under open, we can able to see this are all my recently opened graphs. Okay, for the start initially, whenever you open, it will be blank here. Okay, towards the right side there is something called as discover. This is, you can ignore this. If we have something called as Tableau community. If we have any latest updates, or if we have, it will basically have some links to, redirect to that Tableau community. We can just ignore this. This is of no use. Okay, at the bottom left you will see something called as saved data sources, right? Inside saved data sources we have sample superstore and vault indicators. This is basically two data sources, I can say. For practice purpose, Tableau is providing this data sources. Okay, if you, for whenever you are learning Tableau, if you want to practice Tableau concepts, you can access the data sources from here. Okay, so this is about the first page, first user interface. Okay, and first, now let's try to connect to Microsoft Excel and let's start creating our graph. So to connect to the Microsoft Excel, I need to click on Microsoft Excel here, right? I'm just clicking here. Immediately it will allow me to, choose the Excel file from my computer. Basically, we will work on sample superstore database here. Going forward, we will, for the Excel files, we will work on sample superstore database or furniture superstore database. And in Microsoft SQL Server, I will use, I won't explain on basic data. I will use real-time databases only. In Microsoft SQL, we have something called as Adventure Database, and we will work on one data warehouse also. Okay, that is a real-time database. whenever we are connecting to the SQL server at that time. In going forward classes, I will explain you and I will give you that database. I will show you the process how you can restore that database into your server, and we will learn each and every concepts on that real-time databases only. Okay, if we connect to Excel file, we will use Superstore data. If we connect to the SQL server, we can use that particular database data, I mean that particular adventure database data, that is a real-time data, so that we have some thousands of rows in it. If we work on that only, we can able to understand easily, right? So that is the reason I will use that databases only. Okay, now I'm connecting to the Excel file, but as this is our first Excel file, I won't connect to Superstore. Let me connect to sample employees table only, whatever we saw screenshot previously. I've just selected employees details. I have employees details table, employees details Excel file. 1 second. First, let me show you that file here. Yes, I have here employees details. This is the file which I just shown you the screenshot. This is the Excel file. I have only sheet 1 here. In this, I have employee name, employee number, and salary. I hope still you can see my screen, right? Okay. Employee name, employee number, and salary. I have some rows here. I have some rows of data. Okay, now this file only, let's try to connect to the Tableau and let's understand how to create the data. As this is our first graph, from tomorrow we will work on Superstore data only. Okay, so here, let me go back here. Here, this is the first page. We can click on Microsoft Excel file. I'm selecting the employees details table. It will we need to select the Excel file from here. We need to click on open. Immediately we will redirect to this page. This page we can call it as data source level. You can see here we have data source here. We will call this as data source level. Okay, here as I connected to Excel file, I can see towards the I have something called as connections here. Below connections, I can see to what I got connected. I got connected to Microsoft Excel file, and this is my employee details is my file name, correct? Here we can observe whatever to what we connected, basically whether Excel file, database, like that. Okay, and here as I got connected to Excel file, I have only one sheet right here in the Excel file. I have only sheet 1. That is what it is showing me in Tableau also, sheet 1. Okay, so to get that data, what I will do here, I will just simply drag this sheet 1 and drop it here. Immediately I can get the table. Here Tableau is very easy, especially for non-IT candidates. No coding will be involved here. Everything we can do in Tableau. 90% everything is done by using drag and drops and by using some right clicks, left clicks only. We have many concepts, but coding is not involved in this. The concepts are very easy, you can learn very easily. So if any non-IT students or non-IT professionals are looking forward to transit your career into IT, Tableau is the best option, because no coding will be involved in Tableau. And if you, along with the Tableau, if you have some good knowledge on SQL, if you know SQL plus Tableau, then you can start your career very easily, because for non-IT professionals or non-IT students also, they will have their own domain knowledge, right? That will help you also to get Tableau jobs or data analyst jobs. Okay, so now let's see, let's get back to this concept. I just dragged this sheet 1 here. Immediately what happened, all my data I can able to see here. I didn't did anything, I didn't created any tables here, right? I just connected to employees tables sheet. I got this sheet here. I just dragged this sheet 1 here. I got the data here, right? It is simple. You can see here I have 3 columns: employee name, employee number, and salary. Correct? Towards the top right, there is something called as Tableau connections. Right here. This is what I said you previously. There is something between in between there should be something which helps us to connect data and Tableau desktop, right? That is called as Tableau connection, live connection and extract connection. Towards the top right, you can able to see this settings. By default, we will be on the live connection. In which cases we will use extract connection, we will learn detail in the Tableau connections concept. Okay, so by default we will be on the live connection only. Basically this live connection is helping me to communicate, helping me to connect this employee data, this employee's file, that is Excel file, to the Tableau. Okay, now I got my data here. If you really observe here, you can see something called as ABC hash here, right? We have ABC here, we have hash here. Here, if you know SQL, you know about data types. I hope everyone know about data types, correct? We have data types in SQL, which allows us to understand the uniqueness of that column. That is, we have numerical data types like integers, correct? If it is character data types, we have integers, right? Int. For numerical data types, we have basically numerical data types, we have character data types. In numerical data types, whenever in any table, in any column, if we define numerical data type, it will only allow me to enter numbers, right? In character data type, if we are defining a data type as character, on that column I can enter only, character data, correct? Like that, we have some data types in SQL: numerical data type, character data type, date data type, right? So is did you know about this data types concept, everyone here? Monica?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, great. Once we start learning SQL Server also we can see, but for now, just I hope most of you are already known about the data types, but for now just try to understand that we have something called as data types, which helps us to store the in whenever we will create tables in SQL. If we create tables, we will create columns. This is called as columns and this is called as rows, right? In that columns, for every column we will define, whenever we are creating the table, for every column we will define the data type, right? According to the data type we define only, in that column we can enter that particular data. Okay, if in basically in employee number we will have only numbers, for that we will define integer data type, right? Employee name, in the sense we will have characters, so for that we will define either char or varchar data types, right? In salary in the sense it is also a numerical number, we will define integer data type. This is what we do in the SQL. Basically in SQL we manually define all the data types, correct? Whenever we are creating the table, we will define data types manually. But in Tableau is very smarter enough. We won't create any data types. Once we connect the data, Tableau is very smarter. It automatically recognizes the data types. Nothing is done by us. Okay, if you can see here, we have something called as ABC. ABC in the sense, in Tableau also we have some data types, that is first one is numerical data type, second one is character data type, third one is date data type, and the fourth one is geographical data type. Mostly we will use this four data types in Tableau. So whenever we connect to any data, Tableau automatically recognizes the data types here. Okay, hash indicates numerical data type. If you can see hash here, that means numerical data. Here our employee number and salary, we will have only numerical data. That's the reason you can able to see hash here. ABC in the sense character data. Okay, we can able to store only characters in this. So basically it is directly recognizing the data types. We are not creating anything, correct? In the same way, we have data type. We have some calendar symbol over there. For the next data, complex data, I will show this one. Next we have geographical data. There we will have some globe symbol. Okay, we will see in the next Excel file or in next database whenever we use. For now we have only 3 columns. Okay, here Tableau is very smarter. It automatically recognizes the data types. We didn't did anything. Okay, this is our we have 3 columns. This is our data. And if you can see, it is showing the rows also. 37 rows are there. It is showing us the row count also. So all these details will be there in the data source level. This is our data source level. So to start creating the sheets, we will go to the sheet level. Here you can see something called as sheet 1. Right, we will click on sheet 1. This is called as sheet level. This is the place where we will create all our graphs. Okay, am I clear so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so I opened my sheet 1 and this is the place where I can create my graphs. Okay, now I will start creating my graphs. If you can observe here, here 2 times I connected right previously. That's the reason it is showing me like this. I will just remove this. Okay, don't see. We can see like this. As I connected sheet 1, going to the as I connected this in employees table, I dragged this sheet 1, right? After going to the sheet level also, I can able to see this employees table sheet 1 data here, right? So basically this is the data source level. To create the graphs, we will go to the sheet level. Here let's observe. So what, towards the left side you can see the list of column names, right? That is, I have employee name, employee number and salary. We have 3 columns here: employee name, employee number and salary. All that columns we can able to see towards the left side. We have something called as tables. Below tables you can able to see the list of the columns available here towards the left side. Okay, if you can observe, there is some line in between, right? There is one line in between. There is a separation. There is a line. There is some separation line between the columns, correct? Basically what happens whenever we connect to the data into the Tableau level, again Tableau is very smarter enough. It divides all our columns into 2 types. Okay, this is the separation. It divides the columns into 2 types. First part is called as dimensions. Okay, dimensions. Second part, after this line, the second part is called as measures. Okay, first one is called as dimensions, second one is called as measures. So what is dimension, what is measure? In the sense, we have all the columns. Immediately after immediately after connecting to the data, we will go to the sheet level. And in the sheet level we can find the list of columns. As we have only 3 columns, we can able to see 3 columns here, that is employee name, employee number and salary. But there is a division here. Basically all the columns are divided into 2 parts in Tableau. First part is called dimension and second part is called measure. So what is dimension, what is measures? In the sense, first, for better understanding, let me tell you one point. All the numerical columns comes under measures. Okay, numerical columns in the sense, in that column we should have only numbers, right? That means employee number comes under numerical column only, salary comes under numerical column only, right? We have only numbers in that columns, correct? Am I right?
Yeah.
So that means for whatever columns I have, numerical data type, all that columns comes under measures. Okay, and remaining everything apart from the numerical data type, what all data types we have? We have character data type, we have date data type, we have geographical data type. All these data types data will comes under dimensions. Only numerical data type data comes under measures. Remaining everything, apart from numerical data type, we have whatever data types we have, all that data types data will comes under dimensions. As we have only 3 columns here, you cannot differentiate it much. In tomorrow's class we will see some big data, there you can really differentiate. All the numerical columns will comes under this measures part. All the other data types data, apart from numerical data, we have character data, date data type data, geographical data. All those data types data comes under dimensions. Am I clear, everyone?
Yes, Divya.
Great. So for better understanding, I explained this point. All the numerical columns comes under measures. But again, technically, if I say we have another point here, this point is correct. But technically, if I say all the columns, on which columns we can perform any operations. Operations here in the sense, for all the columns, on all the columns on which we can perform any calculations. Okay, calculations in the sense maybe plus, minus, okay, percentages. Okay, for whatever data we will create calculations, maybe all the mathematical calculations or even percentages, like that. And we have something called as aggregate functions. We have some concept called as aggregate functions. That means what are all the aggregate functions we have? If you know, we have sum, correct, we have minimum, we have maximum. Going forward we will see very detailedly, don't worry. But just I'm giving overview only. But again, we have some aggregate functions like minimum, maximum, sum, count, average. Basically, on what columns, on whatever columns we will create all the calculations, and whatever columns we will perform all these aggregations, all that columns comes under measures. This is the exact definition. Basically, all the mathematical calculations, and if we can talk about minimum value, maximum value, average value, we can perform on numerical data only, right? It is the same, correct? Let's see about these calculations and aggregations going forward. For now, understand all the numerical values comes under measures, and apart from the numerical data type, all the remaining data type data comes under dimensions. I hope I'm clear. Guys, please respond.
Yeah, we are clear.
Okay, Naveen, am I clear? All right, so this is about dimensions and measures. Now next, what we have, if you can see here, we have something called as pages, filters, marks here, right? This is called as some shelves, I can say. If we can, before that, let's see, we have something called as columns and rows here, correct? We need to drag and drop, or we need to select this rows. These are all my column names, correct? If I select my column names into rows and columns, then only I can create the graphs. I need to drag and drop these columns into either rows and columns, then I can create the graphs. Okay. Towards the right side, you can see something called as show me option. This is again a very important thing. You can see something called as show me option. Below this, we have many graphs here. These are all inbuilt graphs. Okay. Almost we have 24 inbuilt graphs here. Whenever we select the column names here, that related graphs will be enabled for us. By default, for the first, it is disabled everything. Whenever we select the column names, that related graphs only will be enabled for us. Okay. And apart from the inbuilt graphs, we have many advanced graphs also. We will look into it also going forward. Okay. Next, we have something called as filters shelf. After creating graphs, if we want to apply filters for our data, we will use this one. And in the bottom, we have something called as mark shelf. Here we have some options like automatic, color, size, text, detail, tooltip. These are all some options in the mark shelf. Basically after creating graphs, if you want to change the color, if you want to change the size, if you want to change the text font, then we will use these things. We will see it detailedly. Okay, for now, let me create my first graph. To do that, as I said, I need to drag and drop these columns into either rows or columns here. Okay, so for now, let me drag this employee name to the rows part. Okay, I drag this employee name to the rows part. You can see automatically one graph is enabled for me. That means for this data, only this graph is, we can use only this graph. At the bottom, if I'm keeping my cursor, at the bottom it is showing the, you know, graph name. If I'm keeping cursor here at the bottom, you can see text table. That means this graph name is called text table. And along with the name, it is showing the prerequisites. That means at least one dimension and one measure is used to create that table. create that graph like that. Whenever I move the cursor, it will show me the graph names and as well as the prerequisites. Okay. For now, I just selected only employee name. Let me just drag this salary into the columns. Immediately, I got one graph here that is called as horizontal bar graph. If you can observe, some of the graphs are enabled for me. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 graphs enabled for me, correct? So for this data, for this employee name and salary, I can use all these 9 graphs. All the related graphs will be enabled. Again, there are some more graphs which is disabled for me. All those disabled graphs is not used for this data. Okay, whenever I select the data, that related graphs only will enable for me and I can choose any graph as I want. Okay, this is how I will create the horizontal bar. Again, let me explain one more thing here. I'm just removing. To remove, I will just say, you can see employee name in this rows part. There is one drop down. If I click the drop down, I can remove like this. I can remove both the columns. Okay. Now my sheet is empty. Previously what I did, I just dragged this employee name to the rows part. I dragged salary to the columns part. You may get doubt that how to know, how to drag like this. How do you know? Like how to know whether to keep the employee name in rows or column. If you have such doubts, directly without dragging and dropping, even we can double click. Okay, let me do that. I'm just double clicking on my employee name. Immediately it automatically went into the rows part. Right, in the same way I will double click on the salary. Automatically it will goes to the column part, but all the numerical columns we can see here in the, as an aggregated thing we can see here. It is showing sum of salary. Why it is showing like this, we will discuss going forward. Okay, so without dragging drops, also by double clicking also we can able to create the graphs. As I double clicked, as I used employee name and salary, I got all my graphs which I got previously. Now I can choose any one of the graph. Suppose this is my horizontal bar graph which is automatically created previously. Now let me select that graph. Creating graphs is very simple here. We need to understand, we need to select the column names and we need to click here. That's it. If I am clicking this graph, this is my horizontal bar graph. If I am keeping my cursor here, if I'm keeping my cursor here at the bottom, it is showing me the graph name, right? Horizontal bar here, if you can see horizontal bar. So this is my horizontal bar. This is the same graph which we saw in the screenshot previously. Okay, now let's make that to look like the same. Okay, this is my horizontal bar graph. If you can see here, I have x-axis and y-axis. That is, in my x-axis I have salary, in the y-axis I have my employee names. Okay, so even we can interchange this rows into column and columns into rows. We can see that a little bit later. For now, I already created a graph like this. Employee names is on towards the left side, that is on the y-axis, and salary is on the x-axis. Now let me edit this graph. Let me give some colors to this graph. So to do that, what I will do, for each and every employee name, if I want to display different colors, I will just simply drag this employee name. Here in marks shelf, we have something called as color option, right? So I will just simply drag this employee name into the color part. Immediately, each and every bar here got different colors, right? Clear? Here the concept is very simple. We can do it, we can learn it very easily only. Creating graphs is very easy, but the most important thing here, we need to understand for what type of graphs, for what type of data, what type of graphs we need to create. And along with the creation of graphs, we have many concepts. As you know, yesterday Monica, you also saw, Navin shown me some course content which is required for his exam, and I also
Yeah.
shown some course content. We have many concepts like calculated fields, we have joins, we have data blending, we have sets, groups, like that. We have many concepts. We need to learn all these concepts for creating the graphs, for analyzing the data easily. Okay,
Okay.
but basically creating graphs is very easy. Okay, so this is how I created my graph. Again, if you can see, if my keeping the cursor here, it is showing me the employee name and salary. If I'm keeping me the cursor here, it is showing basically all the employee names and salary. Instead of moving the cursor, if you want me to display the salary beside the bar, we can do that. Here, this is our toolbar. Here we have something called as T option, T symbol here, right? This is called as label. If I click on this T symbol, all my salaries I can see beside the bars. Okay, like this. Okay. So now I can see the employee names also, I can see the salaries also beside the bars. And even we can sort the data here. Even we can sort the data in ascending order or descending order. We have two options in the toolbar only. This symbol indicates ascending order. This symbol indicates descending order. If I want to sort the data in the descending order, I will click this symbol. You can see, I guess, this symbol, if I click here, my data is my data is displaying in the descending order. If I click this option, it is displaying in the ascending order. Like that, even we can sort the data. Okay, we have two options here. And I said we can even interchange rows into columns and columns into rows, right? So that one, what we need to do, we have some interchanging option here. We have something called as interchange option here. We have some symbol here. We can click that symbol. Beside ascending and descending order, we have one symbol. If I click this symbol, it is changing. Now my employee names came to x-axis, my salaries came to y-axis. The how I can see the graph is also changed completely, right? We can even click this option. This is basically option we can see swap rows and columns, or else by using our keyboard also we can use Control W. You can see here. If I keep my cursor also, it is saying Control W. If I am using Control W now in from my keyboard, then I again it got interchanged. I got my previous data. Like that, accordingly, according to the requirement, according to the graphs, we can use this options like interchanging rows into columns and ascending, descending. Like we will use all the options. Okay. So, and we have something called as presentation mode also. We have one option here. If I click on this option, it will displayed, the presentation mode will be displayed for me. Basically, while giving PPTs, we will use this mode. Towards the left, we have something called as all the employee names what I'm having. It is showing me something like this, all the employee names and what is the color for that employee. Basically, we will call this as legend. What is legend? How it will display, what we can do by using this legends also we will learn going forward. Okay, now by clicking escape button from my keyboard, I just get back into the normal format. So this is how we will create the graphs. This is how we will create the graph. Is that clear?
Yeah, Divya, it's clear.
Great. If we want, we can even rename this sheet. Here I have sheet 1, right? I can just double click to rename this. I will just double click here and I will rename it as horizontal bar graph. 1 second. Thank you for being on hold. So I just renamed my sheet into the graph name, that is horizontal bar graph. Okay, you can see here also my name got changed, horizontal bar graph. This is how we will create our basic graphs. Here we have 24 inbuilt graphs. All these graphs we can create like this also, like this only, by just selecting the columns. By clicking the graphs we can create. Apart from these 24 graphs, inbuilt graphs, we have many advanced graphs. As I shown you in the course content yesterday, we have many advanced graphs. For creating such advanced graphs, we need to follow some process. We will detailedly learn that how we will create that advanced graphs also going forward. Okay, am I clear so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is how we will create the graph. And yeah, this is the main part. If you can see, for the same data, if I want to create another graph, there is something called as, here we have three icons. First icon is to open a new sheet. Okay, this icon is to open a new dashboard, and this icon is used to open a new story. We have some concepts called as dashboards and stories, which we will work on going forward. Okay, to create that we will use. For now, let me create another graph. For that, I'm opening new sheet. Okay, I'm just clicking on the first icon. I open my new sheet. Again, for the same data, I will double click on employee name. I will double click on salary. Previously, I created horizontal bar, right? Now I can create another bar, another graph. Here I have almost 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 9 or 10 graphs enabled for me. All these graphs I can create with this data. Okay, now let me create this graph. This is called as tree map. It is almost same bar graph, in the sense each bar will indicate the salary of the employee. Here tree map in the sense each box is indicating the salary of the employee. Okay, here biggest box in the sense highest salary, smallest box in the sense lowest salary. Okay, like this we can create graphs. Again, if I want to change the color, what I will do, I will drag the employee name to the color part. My each employee will get some different colors. Here you can see I said label option, right? T option. If I'm clicking T option here my employee names are disabling. If I click T option here, I can able to see the employee names, correct? But along with the employee names, if I want to display the salary also on the box itself, what I can do, I have same label or same T option in the marks shelf also. Here, this is called as mark shelf. I have some label or T option here, right? I can do what I can do in the sense, I will just drag this salary. As I want to display salary also here, I will drag the salary into this label part. Then immediately I can able to see all the salaries also here, right? This is how we will create the graphs. I hope I'm clear.
Yeah, Divya. We can do by adding in the rows column over here, like top.
This one,
You said like we can do here also.
I mean interchanging the rows into columns.
Yeah.
Here we cannot do. If we can interchange, let's here the symbol only disabled, because this is all, it's not like x-axis and y-axis. On the table only it is showing me. I mean, for the biggest it is taking, even you cannot see the x-axis and y-axis, right? In horizontal bar we can see x-axis and y-axis. For that column, for that type of graphs only we can interchange. This is, we are not having any x-axis and y-axis. It is just dividing our data on the boxes. On the boxes only it is disabling. According to the box size, according to the salary size, it took the box size, right? We cannot interchange this graph. Okay,
Okay.
like that we are when we start understanding visualizations concept, we will learn each of these graphs. We will learn all these points very detailedly. Along with the inbuilt graphs, we will learn advanced graphs also. And once, as I shown you yesterday, once we are done with all the concepts, at the end, we will work on some real-time dashboard also. Okay, that how we will work on our, one second, how we will work in real time. Like that, we will create one dashboard. This is basically called as HR analytics dashboard. Okay, this is the way how we will create dashboards in real time, the technical way of creating the dashboards. Basically these are all the collections. See, this is one graph, this is one graph, this is one advanced graph. Like that, how we can able to create all the graphs in one page. This is called as dashboard concept. We will learn practically, we will work on this HR analytics dashboard at the end. Once we are done with all the concepts, you will create this dashboard. You can able to create this dashboard from scratch, so that practically you will get some hands-on experience on creating dashboards, right? That is the reason at the end we will learn this one also. Okay,
Okay.
So this is about it. And as I said, the course fees is of 6,000. You will get mails also from our admin team, or else you can see the details also in chat box. If you are interested, please register. And tomorrow we don't have a class. Okay, I have some personal work. There is no demo class tomorrow. Like tomorrow is Wednesday, right? We have another demo class on Thursday in the same timing from 9 to 10 only. Okay, that is also a demo class. You can attend that class after Thursday. For the registered students, you can able to attend from Friday. Okay, basically 3 classes we will give as a demo. I'm done with 2 classes, right? Tomorrow I'm not available. That is the reason we don't have class. We will connect on Thursday. Okay, Monica.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me, or else I will end the session.
Yeah. I'm done.
All right.
Thank
Great.
you.
Then
Thank you
let's
so much.
meet. Let's meet on the next day. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye, Sweta. Bye. Bye, Monica.
Bye.
Bye, Divya.
Bye.